Here are 7 important documents for proof of land ownership in Nigeria. Know this for yourself. Make you no go enter Kasala when John go mature. 1. Survey plan. A survey plan is a document that measures the boundaries of a parcel of land to give an accurate measurement and description of that land. This document is so important just in case the forefathers of the community use palm trees to set boundaries of the land, and one day the palm tree decides to dance to the center of the village square. Get a surveyor and survey your property today. 2. Excision. Historically, Nigerian lands were administered by communities and traditional families before the Land Use Act of 1978 came into effect. This act states that all land in every state of the Federation is under the control of the state government. Fortunately, the government recognizes that indigenes of different sections of the country have rights to existence, a right to the land of their birth. Hence, it is customary for state government to cede a portion of land to the original owners of each area. Now, an excised land is a land that has been released by the government of the indigenes of the area, who originally owned the land before the government acquired it. This documentation means that the land is no longer under the government's acquisition, and processing of CFO is possible. 3. Gazette. A Gazette is an official record book where all special government details are spelled out, detailed, and recorded. A Gazette will show the communities and villages that have been granted excision and the numbers of acres or hectares of land that the government has given to them. This document is as important as the excision, as the two go hand in hand and will be explained more in future videos. 4. Certificate of Occupancy, also known as CFO. A CFO is an officially recognized document for demonstrating rights to a land. It's a land document issued by the state government to officially lease any land under the state to you, the applicants, for 99 years, because all land still belongs to the government as stated in the Land Act of 1978, 20 years before I was born. Now, why 99 years of ownership of this land? What happened to 100 years? Almost has it that the remaining 1 year is for you to use it to apply for renewal of the CFO. Don't say the edit for renewal. Please verify from your lawyer. However, a CFO can either be for residential, commercial, or agricultural purpose. More of CFO documentation in future videos. 5. Governor's consent. Now, a land can never be issued more than one CFO, no matter how many times it changes ownership. The first person on the land is the only person entitled to obtain a CFO. Every subsequent buyer of that land must get a governor's consent. This brings us to the note that a governor's consent is a land document that is obtained whenever you buy a land with CFO. It's the land document that lets the governor and the general public know that the land in question has changed hands. 6. Deed of assignment. A deed of assignment, most times referred to as deed of conveyance, is a document that shows that you are now the new owner of the land. It is an agreement between the seller of the land and the buyer, showing evidence that the seller has transferred all his or her rights, titles, interests, and ownership of the land to the buyer. 7. Receipt. As simple as this document is, you can sell fair for 99 years if you don't have it. A receipt in a real estate transaction is a document that confirms that the seller has received the agreed amount of money from the buyer. This document shows the amount paid and the name of the person paid to. It is often required when registering a land. Bonus document. Yeah, I said 7, but maybe you may need this for some transactions. 8. Contract of sale. This is a contract between two or more parties in which the seller agrees to sell and the buyer agrees to buy a real property. This contract outlines the terms and conditions for the sale and purchase of the property or land. If you got value from this video, please do it to share it with your friends and family. Or if you need a real estate brand to help you with your property acquisition and documentation, please reach out to Castle Rock Agency. We are well equipped to help you do that. If you like content like this, Please drop a comment in the comment section below. Until I come your way again, stay safe, guys.